story was as curious as his narrative.
We expect a high work rate among these two fighters. Now, do you want to see that same work rate throughout the whole fight? Or is that your expectation?
I'd love to, because we'd be having a good time, and our fans, they're going to enjoy it.
Throws a counter punch there. That was off the mark. Oh, very nice. Smart counter punch there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You make the guy miss, you make him pay.
Oh, and there you go. Miguel Cotto's hit by that counter shot. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round, I think you can just sense right away that strategy is going to be key here. This isn't going to be some wild type brawl. This is going to be a very technical, strategic type fight.
Absolutely, Joe. Each guy waiting for the other one to make the first mistake.
Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Miguel Cotto's career was really like a rocket, just shooting right up the rankings with an undefeated record and claiming a 140-pound title in 2004. But had a little bit of trouble maintaining the weight at 140.
Well, he's a monster at that weight. I mean, he was huge. I always wondered how the heck he was able to maintain that weight.
Good way to protect the midsection. A headshot blocked. 10 seconds to go in this round. Underway. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Good scoring counter punch by Money. Good defense, just covering up down low. Well, let's talk about the difference between Miguel Cotto, the version that we saw at 140 pounds, and the version that we saw in recent fights at 147 pounds. Because at 140 pounds, he actually started to have some troubles with his chin, and then seemed a little sturdier at 147.
Yeah, you know, it's funny to say that, because maybe he was killing himself, weakening himself a little bit to make 140. So even though he stepped up, he was feeling a little stronger. And don't forget, the smaller guy's a little faster. Maybe they were able to find his chin a little more often.
Very accurate work with the hook there after fine defense. Halfway through round number 2. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Oh, that uppercut got him badly.
Keep busy, guys. Come on now, keep busy.
Nice block by Money. He scored well after being hit himself. Good defensive skill. Good counter punch. Good looking counter punch. He had his eyes set on the uppercut, but was unable to land it. Very clean offense from defense by Money. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue or red corner.
Holy cow! He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. Well, he's throwing it, but just missed. Isn't landing it. Oh, and look at this, Teddy, wasting no time getting to know each other.
No, they came right to the center ring, said hello.
Well, nowadays we have so many different weight classes. Used to be only 8 weight classes. Now with all the super and juniors attached to every weight class, you can go up and down the scale with ease throughout your career. Is that good for the game?
No, I don't really think it is, because you're making it too easy for the fighters. You know, I'm not saying that it's not good that they have an alternate to a weight class, but a lot of times when you make things easy, they're going to go for the path that is easier. In other words, somebody should be a middleweight. Now all of a sudden they're going to be a light heavyweight. They're going to be a super middleweight, where with a little discipline, they would have fit into that middleweight frame. It wasn't that they couldn't make it. Now you make it so easy, they don't want to make it.
Protect yourself.
Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Oh! Miguel Cotto's in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned.
Hey, no holding, no holding.
Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. He's just not concentrating on the body as a target here, Teddy.
No, and you know, you wouldn't mind if he didn't have to. In other words, it all depends on the scenario. This scenario says that he should be going to the body, and he should recognize that. And that's part of the talent of a fighter, recognition, that you have to recognize where the opportunities are.
Looking counter punch. 10 seconds to go in this third round. Miguel Cotto comes from a boxing family. His uncle, a trainer, his father, his brother, boxers. I mean, boxing is in his blood, Teddy.
And a real good amateur background. This is a guy that, in his mind, he was born to do this.
Fine fundamentals, good counter punch. there. A little defense turns to offense. The counter punch by Money. Good counter punch. Teddy, I know he's up on the scorecards here. He's got to be up on the scorecards, but he is getting really pushed here.
Yeah, he is. You know, this is a development fight. This is a fight where you come out of it and you get better. That doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes you just get another W. He is learning.
Money's cheek is ripped open right there. You can see the cut. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Well, maybe one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing, and we're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. Some fine fundamentals, good counter punch.
Nice mousetrap there, he let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese, he used distance.
Throws a counter punch there. What a great round. 2 minutes in, 60 seconds to go. Oh! Oh, he is stunned. He could go down.
Come on now, guys. Come on. Keep busy.
Let's see some more head and get out of the way.
Not able to land the headshot.
Side to side, move your head.
This round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a non-stop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motors.
We just have not seen the big shots from this guy. He is not throwing the power punches, Teddy. What would you say to him?
Well, first of all, I would say to him, what do you think, that he's going to make a deal with you? If you don't hit him hard, he won't hit you hard? No, it doesn't work like that, my friend. He's going to get confidence now. He's going to take advantage of this.
Cotto's doing a good job tonight on the outside. He's able to score from the outside, keeping a safe distance away from his opponent. Nice block. He got hit. Oh, now the uppercut. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Money's opponent's probably looking at him right now saying, wow, you're not changing anything up. You know, he got to him moments ago. Now he's got the same style that he's looking at again.
Yeah, but he got to him moments ago. He got to him one time. I think right now it's too early to all of a sudden throw everything out the window. But look for an adjustment if things don't change. If he can't get away from those punches, if he keeps having problems, he gets stunned again, then you might have to look for a change. You might have to make a change if you're going to survive.
Halfway through this round. Wow, is he defensively sound. Miguel Cotto has got a cut around his eye. Looks to be below his eye. fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Good exchange. He fires back. That worked out really well. Throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that.
Keep your hands up. Back to the body.
Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. Blocks the headshot.
That was good. Keep that up. We have it. Let's work on that swell.
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Boy, you gotta love being his opponent, right? You come into a fight like this tonight, you're so worried about getting off your punches, landing accurate punches. Well, here it is. Not gonna move the head at all. Come and get it.
No, you just have to worry about you don't hurt your hands. You better hope that you wrap them real good because you're banging that nugget all night long.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Miguel Cotto. Teddy, the Cotto family has kept it in the family as Miguel has been trained by his uncle.
And you know where that served him? It served him in a way that he's with somebody who's familiar with him, somebody that cares about him, someone he's comfortable with, but also a little buffer. It's not a father, so it's not quite that emotional.
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. I don't know how they are keeping this up. They are setting such a scorching pace of action in this fight.
Get out of the way from those punches. Move your head.
Cotto's doing a nice job being comfortable on the outside. Cotto's jab continues to carry the day. He's wanted it, he's gotten it. This has been a very entertaining fight. A little time to reflect here at the end of this round. My thoughts being this: I would really be surprised if we go to a decision here. It just has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it has a feel to me like going to one of those places where you can eat all the pasta you can for one price, you know? And some guys get carried away. They eat about 5 bowls. Well, these guys, they're going to have a stomachache at the end. Somebody is going to wind up not standing at the end.
Return to sender with the left hand. Great movement to get away from those punches. He scored well after being hit himself. Well-placed counter by Money. Parries the punch, comes back with the hook. Good exchange, he fires back. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Gets rid of that body shot. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Miguel Cotto's shown us that if he pulls this trigger, he's hitting that target. His accuracy is great.
Well, that's part of his ability. You know, I mean, it's not just his hand speed and that he's technically good. You know, he's got a little bit of pop, but he knows when to throw. See, that's important, Joe. Knowing when to let the hands go. He knows exactly what time it is.
Miguel Cotto has got to deal with a cut on his cheek right now. The good news is it's below the eye, but still it could get nasty as the fight progresses. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Cotto is doing very nicely on the outside here in this fight. Not able to land the headshot. Had his target in mind, but just missed. Gets rid of that effort. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Miguel Cotto. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. There's a taste of the sweet science. You see the skill he has in counterpunching.
And you know what he's doing is taking his opponent's jab away.
This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Oh, very nice. Smart counterpunch there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You make the guy miss, you make him pay.
Able to get away from that headshot with the block. And there he counters back against his opponent. 1 minute to go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Able to dismiss that body shot. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
To another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. The fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like going the decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
Comes right back with some offense of his own. Well done that time, landing the counterpunch. It's hard to believe that he can win this fight on the scorecard. That means it's do or die at this point. You got to go for broke.
Yeah, that means that you got to come up with that Hail Mary pass. Now, when you come up with that Hail Mary pass, you don't just chuck the ball. You have to have a receiver down there. You have to make sure that he's running a certain route. Right now, he's got to look for one spot, something to land that shot.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Cotto's leaving himself wide open there. You just can't do that.
Well, you can do it, but you're going to get paid. You're going to eat some leather. You're going to get punched in the mouth. That's going to happen.
That shot unable to land. Oh, Money's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. Big headshot puts him down. Up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
Good stuff in the opening 2 minutes. A minute to go in this round. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. That punch nowhere close. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Miguel Cotto. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. End of that round. And the knockdown was scored. Now, Teddy, the fighter who was floored, how do you treat him? Do you go soft on him when he comes back, or do you get right in his face? What's the way to approach it?
You have to know your fighter. You have to know the temperament of your fighter. Some guys, you know, they just kind of crawl up into a ball, and they don't come out of it if you get too strong with them. Other guys, they react well to that. So you got to know what he reacts to, first of all. And the most important thing, you have to get information. Why did he get dropped? You had your right hand down, you got hit the hook. Get your right hand up. You'll be okay.
Well-placed counterpunch by Money. Money's showing us that he is sticking with the game plan. But keep in mind, That game plan had him down earlier in this fight. What would you be telling him right now, Teddy?
Well, first of all, you got to explain to him very quickly and very clearly why he got caught. You can still do the other things. The other things that we thought going into this fight is still going to work, but make an adjustment. It's not that you didn't do the thing that could work. You didn't do it properly.
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. A stinging counterpunch after some fine defense by Money. They both decide to bring it. Targeted counterpunch by Money. Money's in a position right now, Teddy, that I've seen a lot of guys try to get themselves out of. Now, you've been damaged, you've been knocked down, you've been hurt, and it's desperation time. Teddy, we've seen guys with illegal fouling tactics just to survive.
That's a good point. You know, I read his bio. He's a football fan. Right now, he better make believe he's a middle linebacker and tackle his opponent just to buy a little time.
A minute to go in what has been a memorable round. Great stuff from these two. Money's got it. There it is. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down.
All right, come on, guys. Work it out, no holding.
He is staggered and stumbling. Cotto's trying to create some space, you can see. And once again, he goes down. The question is, can he rise up again? Somehow, some way, he's going to continue on here.
And if he's going to stay in this fight, now he's got to avoid his opponent like the Black Plague.
All right, hey, no holding. Let's punch it out.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head.
Don't let him breathe. He's hurt. Get him this round. Get on that now.
So here we are, all wondering, can he survive the start of this round after the way we saw him go down in that last round?
Well, it's up to his opponent. Now, his opponent gets a little careless and he rushes in a little bit too close. He can get a chance to grab those hands and tie him up. And then he can kill a little of the clock, survive.
Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. Nice block by Money. The headshot, but he parries it away. What a fight. What a great, non-stop action fight this has been. Doubt about it, he's hurt. He could go down, but he's doing the right thing here, just getting the heck away.
Yeah, he's staying away right now, but what he's going to have to do now is deal with his opponent when he starts coming close. He's going to have to find a way for offense. Keep him honest a little.
Holy cow! He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck. Crashes to the canvas from that hook. This fight is over. Miguel Cotto's gonna have his hand raised by way of KO. The 10 count reached, his opponent out. He's the victor. Miguel Cotto's your winner by knockout, Teddy.
Well, we came in wondering whether or not his opponent had a good chin. We found out.
Thanks for being with us, everybody. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.